Hello, world. It's John Pinto, your roving realtor, bon vivant, video blogger, podcaster, home chef, and I am here with Annette from Matcha. What's the whole name of it?
Matcha Marketplace.
Matcha Marketplace. Okay, so um, several months ago, I went to see Sarah at Kaiser in one of her dietitian nutrition classes, and she made it very plain to me. She said that plant-based, no inflammation, non-plant-based inflammation leads to morbidity, and inflammation and morbidity lead to death. So I try to make it a point of being as plant-based as I possibly can, and Annette sees to it that at least I get 1/3 of my meals plant-based because I use her matcha tea, oatmeal, fresh, oven-dried fruit in the oatmeal. So tell us a little bit about your product. What is the name of it one more time?
It's Matcha Marketplace.
Matcha Marketplace.
Matcha Marketplace.
Matcha marketplace.com?
Correct.
Okay, and they can find everything over there or on the web, or they can find you at the Napa Farmers Market, or they can find you where else?
I'm at the Farmers Market every Saturday morning, and locally I'm at Browns Valley Market. I am also at the new general store downtown called Jeffrey's General.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is that on 2nd Street?
It is.
Yeah, that's a cool little store.
It's a
I
new
saw
account.
I saw it in there the other day.
Yeah, they're super nice in there. They really are.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to be there, and we're very proud to say that we're in about 35 Whole Food stores here in California.
Very good. So,
Love
about how many different flavor combinations do you have? And I will call them flavor combinations because there's usually at least 3 or 4 or 5 items in each packet, correct?
There's 6 servings in each bag. Here's a sample of one of the bags.
Okay, very good.
Packaged so that you can see each and every ingredient. 6 individual servings. Each serving is half a cup. This happens to be a variety pack.
Very good. Let me have that so I can demo it here. See, here we go. I'm doing Vanna White.
And you do it well, John.
I'm doing Vanna White, and we're doing it in the dark. By the way, I have my olive green Borsalino fedora on, which I don't break out except for the holidays. And we are experimenting in one of the inner reaches of the chateau at Inglenook Winery, where I can guarantee you this is the first video that's been done in this dark corner. As you can see, I do have some lighting on Annette's face, and be thankful because she's much better looking than I am. So Matcha Marketplace, I see it now. So let's bifurcate our discussion into sugar-free and sugar because both my wife and I are careful to watch our sugar, our A1C, our blood glucose levels. And as you know, I've been pairing your jam with Mark Mergen's Jamalula, pairing your oatmeal with Mark Mergen's Jamalula jams, and just do my own adding of sugar and not so much. So can you advise us on why you did make the decision to split your products, some with sugar and some without?
Well, that's a great question. Myself, along with many other people, are just trying to cut back on the sugar intake. We all know how bad it is for you. I mean, some people even classify it as a poison. It's just, there's nothing good about sugar.
It's empty calories at
Empty
best.
calories, yeah, and it's in everything. So for me to come up with a product to eliminate the added sugar was important. So that's why we have 2 different products. One that has the turbinado sugar in it, and it's 1 teaspoon. Turbinado is a less processed brown sugar. And then we also have the no sugar add that eliminates the sugar so that you could add a little honey if you choose to, or the jam like you do, or people add a little bit of maple syrup. And some people eat it without any additional sugar as well.
Yeah, I find that what's more important to add to it than sugar is adding salt.
I have heard people do that before.
Oh, I add a
have.
pinch of salt, kosher salt. Otherwise, I find that everything tastes flat without a little pinch of salt. But then again, I'm Neapolitan. We like our salt.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, it's like when you're making the pasta. You know, you got to make sure there's adequate salt, otherwise the pasta tastes like cardboard.
There you go.
By the way, I think we should impart to our viewers that you are, in fact, Italian. Is this not correct, Annette?
I'm half Italian, correct?
You're half Italian. Which half, mom or dad?
My mother.
Thank God you had some good cooking in the house.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
you know...
Actually, my grandfather owned a pizzeria in the Boston area for a while.
Oh,
Yeah.
Boston.
Boston.
So
Yeah.
you probably like the Red Sox, the Celtics,
I'm afraid
the
so.
Bruins, and the Patriots.
Uh-huh.
Okay, we'll leave the expletives out of this video. Although I will caution you, I'm not a Yankee fan, I am a Mets fan, so
Okay, it's
you
good
are
to know.
relatively safe. You
Good
are
to know.
relatively safe.
Yeah.
Yes. How long did you live in Boston?
My whole life until we left Boston about 15 years ago and went to Phoenix for my husband's job. And that's actually where I started Matcha Marketplace 10 years ago.
Okay, very good.
And then his job also brought us out here to Napa about 3 years ago. And so I started up the business here as well.
Very good, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been eating your blueberry coconut, which
That's our
seems
best
very
seller.
benign. I mean, blueberries are on everybody's list of good things to eat. And there goes Alyssa, tiptoeing through the tulips. Hi, Alyssa.
Hi.
And, you know, blueberries are on everybody's list of things to eat.
For the
Pre-
antioxidants, of course.
Yeah. And then coconut, I'm not sure about. What does that bring to the party?
Well, it brings a nice pairing of flavors. The blueberry and coconut is unique. You don't see that too often, and it is our best seller. Now, as far as a nutritional value to coconut, I can't really say that there's one.
But there's plenty in the matcha.
The matcha, of course. So for those that may not know, matcha is the powdered form of green tea. And we get it right from Japan. And what it is the actual green tea leaf pulverized into a powder. So with the matcha, you're actually consuming the entire green tea leaf. Versus if you make yourself a cup of green tea in a tea bag, you're leaving the green tea in the bottom of your teacup. But here you're consuming the entire leaf. So it's the concentrated benefits of green tea that you're ingesting. Full of
Right.
antioxidants, nutrients, vitamins, releases a natural caffeine as well. Just all around good stuff.
Well, you know, I'll tell you, since going mostly plant-based, of which you have contributed a large portion to, and really making sure I'm stocking my pantry and my refrigerator with plenty of plant-based. My wife has not had any episodes of neuropathy in her feet for a year because she used to be very uncomfortable and have little attacks of neuropathy. I suffer from gout every now and then, although I am not beyond eating my tripe, liver, gizzards, hearts, and all the other offals, but I keep it to a dull raw and pretty much just go plant-based most of the time.
Good for you.
Yeah. So what else can you tell us about the matcha?
Well, we also sell the premium grade matcha powder, which I neglected to bring with me today. But it's a canister of the premium grade matcha powder to make your smoothies and lattes with. And that's what I do each morning. I throw it about half a teaspoon of matcha into my smoothie every morning.
So we have instant hot water at the house. If we wanted to take the matcha and just add some hot water and
And whisk it
matcha,
up.
does it make a nice tea?
It does. It makes a nice hot tea or cold tea. I prefer it hot.
Oh, okay.
But I actually make it with heated almond milk or oat milk. It gives it that creaminess versus the plain water.
Yeah, I had been using a lot of oat milk, but I found my blood glucose levels and A1C became somewhat elevated because of the high level of carbohydrates in the oat milk. So I have replaced my oat milk with macadamia milk.
You mentioned that to me, which I have yet to see. I haven't seen that anywhere. Where
Yeah, fat doesn't seem to have the adverse effect on me that carbohydrates do. And the macadamia milk works out well with my coffee, that naysayer coffee or ohm coffee that I buy at the same farmer's market that
Sure.
you and I know each other from. And it definitely keeps the carbohydrates down. And I use, what is it, the Truvia sweetener?
Oh yeah, Truvia. I think
Yeah,
that's
is
what
that
it
good?
yeah. I think that's the best out of the artificial sugars, as far as I know. It's extracted from a leaf, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I only use a very little just to, cut the whatever bitterness exists.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about your best selling items. You mentioned blueberry and coconut is your best selling item, and that's the one with no sugar.
Yes, yeah.
How
And
about
then
your best one with the turbinado sugar?
It's, we're having a pretty large following with the lemon ginger, which I know you like to try.
I like the lemon ginger.
Yeah.
The reason I shift over to the blueberries is the candied ginger I felt might contribute to my A1C. So I figured the blueberries might be a little bit more friendly to my blood glucose levels and my A1C. So therefore, as much as I like the ginger, I decided to go in the other direction. But the lemon ginger is nice. It's got nice acidity, and the ginger adds a nice texture because it's chewy.
Yeah, yeah. And ginger, as we know, is really healthy for you as well. But I don't know if you've tried our apple cinnamon, because that is the flavor that has the least amount of sugar. It's just dried apples and cinnamon and oats and matcha.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. You want to leave it in the hot water. I have a little crock pot that I use. I put it in the crock pot. When I get up in the morning, first thing I do is fire up my Breville grind control coffee maker. And then the second thing I do is put my macadamia milk in my Breville frother. Then as soon as the Breville grind control is done making the coffee and the frother is done, then I will plug in the little crock pot with your oatmeal, and then I will plug in Ellen's Breville, quote unquote, the tea maker.
You've got quite a process there.
Oh, I got a real cafe going, because if I plug them in all at once, I could blow a circuit breaker.
Yes.
And that is never comfortable, because then I'm searching around to see which breaker receptacle I need to hit, and it interrupts everything. And my life is complicated enough. You can see my life is a living hell, right, Annette?
I don't get that sense from you at all.
You don't get that from me,
Not
huh?
at all.
That's
you are
a-
enjoying every minute
That's
of
her.
it.
By the way, we are at Inglenook yet
Yes.
again. We are at Inglenook drinking yet again the 2013 Cabernet Sauvignon. And one of the secrets I will tell you about Inglenook is Inglenook does not charge a premium for their library wines. So my subscription here qualifies me to, get early release on current release wines. But I always trade it in for their library wines, because, as you know, people consume wine usually very quickly after they buy it. So I let Inglenook go ahead and store the wine for me. They're going to have better temperature control than I. And I just bought, I think, 2 cases of the demis. Notice how small they are
Is that
compared
a
to
half
the
bottle?
glass. It's a half bottle.
Yeah.
And I bought 2 cases of the demis, 2013 Cabernet Sauvignon. And then I bought a case of the 750 2011 Cabernet Sauvignons, 2011, a little bit more barnyardy, kind of reminiscent of my favorite single malt scotches like Lagavulin 16, where you feel like you fell face first into a pigsty. I like, sounds appetizing, right, Annette?
Not so much, John, but
Well, I like something that's got a little bit more rustic, earthy leather taste to it. I like that in my cigars. I like that in my wine.
well, you know what? At least you know what you like.
And
You know,
that
that's
is true.
important.
That is true.
Well, first of all, I should have at the very beginning of this have just came right out and thanked you for inviting me here.
Oh, it's
and
always nice.
setting up and doing all of this, and helping spread the word about Matcha Marketplace. I really appreciate the way you work around the farmers market, helping all of us out. There's a reason why people call you the mayor of the Napa Farmers Market. There is. Always coming through every Saturday morning, just happy and joyful, and everything's positive about you. So
Yes, thank you. Thank
well,
you.
it's true. It's
Thank you. I am able to use my caustic Brooklyn approach in a friendly way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Well, under COVID-19, Cara May, a health professional, does a great job managing that market.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah, she's kept everybody safe. I personally have not walked inside a supermarket in ages. As a matter of fact, Annette, you'll like this. When Ellen and I met each other in 1969.
I want to meet this lady that actually
That's
is
right.
married to you all these years.
Everybody gives her credit. That's right. When she met me, she was just named Ellen. Now, after 52 years, everybody refers to her as Saint Ellen, being married to me for 50.
Yeah.
Well, for 48 years, and then 3.5 before that.
Congratulations to you guys.
Yeah. So when we first got married, we met at Hunter College in Manhattan. She was from Queens, I was from Brooklyn, and I said, Ellen, it's Friday night. Rather than me going home to Brooklyn, you going home to Queens, and then me driving to Queens to pick you up to go out on a Friday night, why don't we just make a beeline from Hunter College to my house on Friday night so you could partake of a typical Neapolitan Friday night dinner. And she had no idea what she was in for. Mussels marinara, steamed clams, octopus salad, breaded fried cuttlefish, spaghetti and crabs. I mean, every Friday night was like Christmas Eve at our house.
Wow. Yeah.
And we made sure we sat her next to my father's right hand, because that was the most unsafe seat at the table with my 3 brothers and I. And we figured my father would be on his best behavior with an actual girl at the table other than my mother.
Yeah.
So she ate well. It was a nice change from her Irish mother's fish sticks on a Friday night.
Yeah, quite a change.
Yeah, she was very culinarily traumatized as a child. So.
Now, do you continue that tradition? Are you doing that as well?
Yeah. I mean, Christmas Eve happened to fall on a Friday night this year, and I went to Pizzella's Villa Napoli in Sunnyvale. I did manage to get in some shrimp scampi, some anchovies with bell peppers, some bacala,
Yeah.
and some scungili,
I don't know what that is.
sea snails.
Oh, okay.
Sea
Okay.
snails. Yeah, it's a bigger thing in Brooklyn than it is in Boston or Providence. And you make them with a pungent red sauce with Calabrian chili peppers, San Marzano tomatoes, reduce it, and then pour it all over some frizzelle, which are savory biscuits. That we used to buy at Conmary's Bakery, the bakery that you would find in the movie Moonstruck with Cher and Nick Cage.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I lost my girl. I lost my hand. Johnny's got his girl. Johnny's got his hand.
That was a great movie, one of the best.
Yeah,
I've
and she
always
was
thought, yeah.
insistent on Nick Cage playing the male lead, and ultimately benefited by winning her Academy Award. Yeah.
So some of the filming was done where you grew up.
It was, in Brooklyn, in
Oh,
Red
cool.
Hook, on
Yeah.
Sackett Street and Henry Street, right there, downstairs from the Camerari family. That's where we used to buy our bread. My mother used to send me, and I used to buy 2 loaves of bread because I'd eat half of the loaf on my way back to the apartment. You know, what are you going to do? All right, so let's talk a little bit about Matcha Marketplace. So, can you give us a quick rundown on all the sugarless flavors first?
Okay, so each flavor we offer in either form, with the sugar or without.
Okay.
So the flavors that we do have are,
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Very good, very good.
You
Very good.
remember
Why don't you sit in the corner, and then we'll resume. We're going to finish up this one. We're going to do another
and then
video.
we'll do another one, okay? Yeah. So the top flavors, so all the flavors, we begin with apple cinnamon,
Yeah?
and then there's the blueberry coconut that we've mentioned quite a bit. Then there is cranberry walnut, which is a traditional combination, but it's super yummy. And then we have a couple of non-traditional, which is the lemon ginger. We have an orange, which is just made with orange peel, which is so unique but really yummy. Dried
The
strawberry.
orange peel. Wait a minute. Let's dial that back. I love orange peel. Which flavor is that?
It's just orange.
Oh, really?
It's in the second variety pack that has the lemon ginger, strawberry, and the orange in it.
Yeah, you know, Mark makes a grapefruit with grapefruit zest in it. Plenty of, it's ruby grapefruit with ruby grapefruit zest. I'm going to try it, and I'll probably try it in that orange one that
The
you have.
orange, yeah.
Okay, and what else?
And then the last flavor is banana walnuts.
Very good, very good. And remind our viewers again the website. Where do they find you?
It's Matcha, M-A-T-C-H-A, marketplace.com.
Okay, and which farmers markets do they find you at?
The Napa Saturday morning. And on our website, we have free shipping after $49, and you'll see all of our flavors, and you can see the pictures and all the nutritional facts and all that good stuff.
Very good. Now, when I did the video blog with Mark Mergen last week, my good friend Paul Cardis, the Chief Executive Officer at the Silicon Valley Association of Realtors, said it was a very expensive video to watch because he went into the website and he bought a whole bunch of jam from Mark. So, Paul, I'm telling you right now that his jam pairs very well with Annette's Matcha Oatmeal. Very good. And so, any parting shots before we conclude this video, Annette?
Well, again, I'm just thankful that you had the afternoon free and were willing to come up here and help us get the word out about Matcha Marketplace and our green tea oatmeal.
Good, and I will give some parting shots too. You know, when I go to the Kaiser plant-based seminars, everybody's always crying the blues on how difficult it is to go plant-based. And I think, number one, if you shop at the farmer's market, that'll be easier. Number two, you got to give yourself a good opportunity by stocking your pantry and your refrigerator with plant-based goods. So that way you're proactive, you're not scrambling. And a good way to do that is by starting your day with Annette's plant-based oatmeals with a variety of different ingredients and flavors. So thank you very much for tuning in. As you know, my preferred vlogging spot is Inglenook 2013 Demi Cabernet Sauvignon. Thanks for tuning in. Please go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.
Thank you.